And also the moon falls or eclipses, as we said. It's not as Al-Shamiya said, except at the end of the month when the sun is the earth between the moon and the sun. When the earth is between the moon and the sun, then the lunar eclipse occurs. It has been mentioned that this does not happen except at the end of the month, on the 29th and 30th only, and some said it could be on the 28th or the night of the 28th. As for the moon, if the eclipse is partial regarding the sun and totally regarding the moon and is also partial, the moon is only at the end of the Arab month. It is only at the end of the Arab month in the last 2 days. Or oops, the eclipse is not the solar eclipse. It is only at the end of the month. However, the lunar eclipse is only in the full moon, when it is a full moon, meaning only on 14th, 15th, 16th. The solar eclipse is only at the end of the month, the solar eclipse. But the lunar eclipse is only in the early night, meaning the night of the 14th, 15th, and 16th. These are the ones in which the lunar eclipse is formed. Yes. The Prophet, peace be upon him, corrected this belief among people, said that the sun and the moon are Ethan. From the verses of God, they do not fall for a great death or for his life, but he fears God. Oh God, God, they are worshippers. God fears them with his servants. So if you see that, panic to pray. So if the eclipse or when an eclipse falls, God told us, look at my power. I embarrassed you a part of the sun or a part of the moon or the whole moon. So you know I can make that. Always glory be to him. And the sun and moon eclipse is gone. Like the one that happened now, the earthquake is now in Turkey. God bless, and they have safety and wellness. God blessed and exalted says. And we don't send verses. Except intimidation, God used to tell us this is a small part of the earth in a moment. Look how. So what do you think if the day comes when I do this on the whole earth, but God shows us blessed some of his ability to return to him, as well as the eclipse of some people at the time of the eclipse, and the eclipse goes to photograph and be happy and so on. In such a case, the human must fear that God, he shows him some of his ability. And if one says the eclipse is known after a month, an eclipse will come like this, and if it was. But who made the eclipse which he became so is God to show us his ability almighty. And imagine that God made the eclipse always, how will we live? The meaning is that it is the eclipse and the eclipse, 2 verses of God blessed and exalted to intimidate the servants to return to their Lord, blessed and exalted.